welcome back to Belmont Bunch today, talking about the protection list that became official this morning. Very interesting, to say the least. Some surprises in there. I'm wearing my Eberle jersey because who knows how much longer I could wear it. I don't have a Bailey jersey. I was looking to rectify that this year. I will have to hold on for a second. So let's talk about, what should we talk about first? Let's talk about the protected. You've got Barzal, Lee, Nelson, Pageau, Bo. Those were pretty much set. We knew that. Martin and Clutterbuck, at positive. Let's talk about a positive out of it. I would be shocked now if Cizikas doesn't come back. So that's something. If you're a big Cizikas person, and I think a lot of Islander fans are, that is good news. So the Bash Bros will be sticking together. The cons. Martin, I think the contract isn't terrible. Clutterbuck, it's only one more year at 3.5, but I don't know. This line didn't feel quite the same to me this year. They're getting older, and I'm not gonna go after Lou, because what have we learned with his moves? There's a grand plan behind it. Much like the other day, a lot of moves coming right after people gave up hope of like, oh, we didn't sign Green, so we've lost Mayfield. No. And I think I'm going to keep that energy. I'm going to keep the energy of, all right, he's going to find a way to do, what it takes to get somebody big here. That is my justification for Bailey. Eberle, I think we knew was going to be dangled, but a little bit surprised that, definitely not a little bit, a lot surprised that Bailey is exposed. They're making similar contract. They have similar contracts, making similar money. But I think one of them last year was on his game, and I think one of them was kind of mediocre. And Josh Bailey, it's frustrating. I'm sure they called him and they talked about it because Bailey has played a ton of games for the Isles. He's only been here ever. He's been here since he was 19 years old. It took a while for the fans to get on his side. There are still fans that aren't, but that one stings. But I do think that with Landeskog and Varlamov, with Landeskog and Tarasenko, Vlad Tarasenko, they have both had the Islanders on their list of teams, their preferred teams. Maybe there's something there. It's also a way to clear room for Palmieri. Now, I'm going to do more research before the next video on the wider scope. For now, we're sticking with the Islanders, but interested to see how much competition Bailey and Eberle are up against, and if there's a deal. That was the first thing that popped into my head was there must be a deal in place. Although I thought the work that Lou did yesterday was going to make it so that we didn't have to worry about that, and that we would keep Bailey, expose Eberle. If Eberle or Bellows went, I'd be fine. Bailey is good now. Bellows has potential, but the Islanders are in win now mode, so I would like for them to, keep the players that are good now. But like I said, it's possible there's a deal in place. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, because I personally didn't think that we needed a deal to create more cap space, because I was thinking we'll bring back the RFAs, we'll bring in Palmieri if Eberle goes out with the money that Eberle made, and we're set, because I think Wahlstrom's ready for a full-time role. But who knows? Lou might. It feels like something bigger is coming if he's willing to expose Bailey. That's my thought on that. Anybody else on this list that's surprising? Nothing from the defense and in goal. Sorokin is set. So, yeah, the fourth line, a little bit of a surprise. Bailey, of course, the biggest surprise out of this. Komarov, I'll give him credit. I think he served his purpose this year. It was tough after Lee went down for anyone to fill that role, and Komarov didn't fill it scoring wise, but there were times that at least he was not making mistakes, and he's started to generate some momentum with that top line, which obviously isn't going to continue. Andy Green, no surprise on the Notably Exposed, which is going to be the name of my indie band someday. Notably Exposed. Aho, Hickey. Hickey obviously is just dangled for the money. Kavula, Delcol. Yeah, I think so. There are two ways to go about it. Either if you're Seattle, you go and you get somebody good immediately. One of these two. If I'm the GM of Seattle, I'm taking Bailey. If there's no asterisks, if there's no deal in place. If you hypothetically have put together already a pretty expensive lineup, which it doesn't sound like they're going to do, it sounds like they're going to be taking guys and maybe flipping them. Bellows is a really good cheap option with potential and upside. I don't have a problem with them taking Bellows, even though I like his game from the little bit I've seen. It just doesn't seem that Trotz has a lot of trust in him. And, with Trotz, there's a real demand to play a two-way game. And it's not a system that everyone can play. Notably Exposed. I'm proud of that joke. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get to work on putting together my Seattle team. And then we're going to be doing a live stream. I keep saying it like two separate words because I don't know. We're going to be doing a live stream Wednesday at 8 during the game, probably a little bit earlier, probably like 7:30 or 7. So tune in if you want to hear me ramble a little bit. And James will be back. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting and subscribing. And thank you so much. I already said for watching. Took all the luster out of that. Bye.